My neighbor Tom stopped me last October as I was pulling my pepper plants. "What are you doing?" he asked, pointing at the pile of perfectly healthy plants I was about to toss in the compost bin. "Season's over," I shrugged. "Gotta clean up before winter." He just smiled and walked me over to his porch. There, in a simple container, was the most magnificent pepper plant I'd ever seen. Thick woody stems, dozens of peppers hanging from every branch. "This beauty is 4 years old," he said. "Same plant, never replanted. Produces year after year." I thought he was pulling my leg, but then he showed me his secret, and I'm about to share it with you today. What if I told you that pulling out your pepper plants every fall is the biggest, most expensive mistake you're making? That bell peppers aren't actually annual plants at all, and that with 7 simple secrets, you can turn one pepper plant into a lifetime supply. No digging, no back pain. And here's the best part. The deer and mice will never touch your harvest again. Welcome to Home Garden Fix, where we share the simple secrets that save you money and keep you gardening for years to come. I'm so glad you're here today. Before we dive into secret number 1, let me ask you something. Have you been throwing away your pepper plants every fall? Drop a comment and tell me, because after today, you'll never do that again. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now. We share simple, proven garden methods every single week, perfect for folks who want abundant harvests without all the hard work. And trust me, this method is going to change everything. Let's start with why we've been misled all these years. The truth. Here's what most nurseries won't tell you. In their native South American habitat, bell peppers are not annuals. They are actually perennials. That means they can live, thrive, and produce fruit for 5, even 7 years if you know the secret. Why do garden centers put peppers in the annual section? Simple. They want to sell you new plants every spring. Peppers are tropical plants at heart. They love warmth. The only reason they die in winter is frost. When temperatures drop below 50 degrees, they panic. Below 32, they freeze and die. But if you can keep them just above freezing, they don't die. Instead, they go dormant. They take a winter nap. And guess what happens next spring? While your neighbors are struggling with tiny seedlings, waiting 3 months for fruit, your established pepper plant already has a massive root system. It wakes up and explodes with growth. You get flowers 2 months earlier and double the harvest. Now, I used to do this the hard way, planting in the ground, then digging them up in winter. My back hurt. My house got messy with dirt, and the plants often die from transplant shock. That's exactly why we need secret number 1. Secret 1. Secret number 1 to infinite peppers. Don't plant them in the ground. I know it sounds strange, but if you want a plant to live for 5 years, it needs a stable home. Digging it up every winter severs the tiny feeder roots and traumatizes the plant. Instead, use the forever container method. Plant them in a pot from day 1. But not just any pot. Bell peppers need room for that 5-year-old root ball. Don't use those tiny 1 or 2-gallon pots. That's like living in a closet. Choose a pot that's at least 5 gallons. If you have the space, 7 to 10 gallons is even better. Here's a pro tip for anyone with bad knees or a sore back, just like me. Put that pot on a plant dolly with wheels. Picture this. In summer, you roll it to the sunniest spot. When a storm rolls in, you pull it to safety. And when winter arrives, you just gently roll it into the garage or a sunny room. No digging. No heavy lifting. No roots suck. The plant doesn't even know it moved. This one change makes everything else possible. Secret 2. Secret number 2. The right soil mix is everything. Now that the plant has a home, let's talk about the foundation. The most common mistake with containers is using garden soil. Don't do it. Garden soil turns into concrete in a pot. The roots will suffocate and rot. Your forever pepper needs soil that breathes. Here's my golden formula for a long-living plant. First, 50% high-quality potting mix. This keeps things light and fluffy. Second, 30% compost or worm castings. This is your long-term food storage. And third, this is critical 20% perlite. Those are the little white rocky things. Why perlite? Because bell peppers hate wet feet. If their roots sit in water, they drop their flowers. Perlite creates thousands of tiny air pockets, ensuring perfect drainage. Get this mix right, and you'll never deal with root rot again. How are you doing so far? Is this making sense? If you're finding this helpful, give this video a quick like. It really helps us reach more gardeners like you who want these simple solutions. And stick with me, because secret number 5 is the one that protects your harvest from deer and pests, and it's absolutely free. Secret number 3, cut its head off. This might hurt your feelings a little bit, but trust me, it's the difference between a weak stick and a mighty tree. When your young pepper plant is about 6 to 8 inches tall, I want you to cut the top off. I know you spent weeks growing it, but here's the biology. Peppers naturally want to grow straight up. If you let them, they become tall and lanky. Later, when heavy fruit grows, the branches snap. By cutting the top, a technique called topping, you force the plant to send energy down and push out 2 new main stems, creating a strong Y shape. This creates a low, bushy, sturdy skeleton. Remember, this structure has to support dozens of heavy peppers for the next 5 years. Don't be afraid to sacrifice a little top growth now for a sturdy tree later. One hard cut early means a lifetime of abundant harvests. Secret number 4. Harvest green to keep production going. Fast forward to harvest time. This is where most people accidentally kill their yield. Greed. We all love sweet, bright red peppers. But remember, the plant's only goal in life is to make seeds. When a pepper turns fully red, the plant gets a chemical signal that says, mission accomplished. Seeds are mature. Stop making flowers. And just like that, production shuts down. If you want an endless supply, you have to trick the plant. Harvest about 50 to 70% of your peppers when they're full-sized but still green. This tells the plant, hey, we failed. Try again. The plant panics and unleashes a new wave of flowers to compensate. My strategy? I eat the green ones for cooking and grilling. I only leave about 30% on the vine to ripen to red for salads. This keeps the factory running all season long. Secret number 5. Elevation protects your harvest for free. Let's talk about a gardener's worst nightmare. Have you ever gone to bed with a beautiful pepper plant, only to wake up to a bare stick? The culprit? Deer, or maybe a groundhog. One of our viewers lost 4 7-year-old pepper plants in a single night to deer. That is heartbreaking. If you grow in the ground, you need expensive fences. But since we're using secret number 1, containers, we have a free 100% effective solution. Elevation. Turn your porch, balcony, or deck into a fortress. Deer are notoriously afraid of climbing narrow stairs or coming onto raised decks near human activity. Mice and rabbits also hesitate to cross open patio spaces where dogs might be. By keeping your pots up high on the porch, you create a natural physical barrier. No sprays, no fences, and no heartbreak. Plus, the peppers are right there next to the kitchen door. This simple trick has saved my harvest for years. Quick question for you. Have you ever lost plants to deer or pests? Drop a comment and tell me your story. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button so you don't miss next week's video on turning tomato plants into perennials. Yes, it's possible, and I'm going to show you exactly how. Secret number 6. Feed it like a marathon runner, not a sprinter. Annual plants are like sprinters. They need fast energy. Your perennial pepper is a marathon runner. It needs a steady diet. A common mistake is using too much nitrogen. Nitrogen makes beautiful green leaves, but if you use too much, you get a giant bush with 0 peppers. The secret weapon here is magnesium. Once a month, I treat my plants to Epsom salt. It's not table salt. It's magnesium sulfate. Peppers crave magnesium. It strengthens their cell walls and helps with photosynthesis. Just mix 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt into a gallon of water. You can water the roots or spray the leaves. Pair this with a slow-release organic fertilizer that's higher in phosphorus and potassium than nitrogen, and your plant will have the fuel to go the distance. This simple monthly treatment keeps my plants thriving year after year. Secret number 7, the great winter migration. And here we are, the most critical moment. Winter. When night temperatures dip to 50 degrees, it's time for the great migration. While ground growers are digging and chopping roots, you only have 3 simple steps. Step 1. Security check. Do not bring aphids inside. Check the undersides of leaves. I like to hose the whole plant down or use neem oil a few days before the move. Step 2. The soft prune. Since your plant isn't suffering from root shock thanks to the pot, you don't need to chop it down to a stick. Just trim the dead branches and harvest all the fruit. Keep that beautiful skeleton. Step 3. Location. Roll it inside. A south-facing window is best. If your house is dark, a simple grow light bulb will save the day. Warning: a few weeks after moving in, the plant might drop some leaves. Do not panic. It's just adjusting to the lower light. Water it less, only when the soil is dry, and let it nap. It's still alive. Come February, you'll see tiny green buds popping out. That's when you know you've won. And next spring, while everyone else is planting seedlings, your mature plant is already loaded with flowers. Before we wrap up, I have a bonus tip for you. When you use this method, you're going to have more peppers than you can eat. What do you do with the extras? Don't just freeze them raw. Roast them. Throw whole peppers under the broiler until the skin turns black and blisters. Don't worry, you aren't burning them. Take them out, put them in a bowl, and cover it with plastic wrap for 10 minutes. The steam makes the charred skin slip right off. Peel them, and you're left with this silky, smoky, sweet flesh that tastes like summer honey. Freeze these, and you'll have gourmet roasted peppers all winter long. This is one of my favorite ways to preserve the harvest, and it tastes incredible in soups, pasta, and salads all winter. There you have it, friends. 7 secrets to growing peppers once and harvesting forever. No digging, no back pain, and no deer. Imagine next spring, while everyone else is buying seedlings, you already have a mature pepper tree ready to bloom. That's smart gardening. What's your biggest challenge with growing peppers? Drop a comment below, because your questions help me create better videos for this community. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and share this with a friend who loves gardening. And subscribe to Home Garden Fix for more simple, proven methods every single week. Next week, I'm showing you how to turn tomato plants into perennials. You won't want to miss that one. Thanks for spending time with me today. Now, go create something beautiful. Until next time, keep growing, and remember that every garden problem has a simple fix. This is Home Garden Fix. Happy gardening, friends.